Just sends Gunther starting to perhaps getting a little frustrated with this resilience of Ricochet.
Did you notice the welts all over the back of Ricochet? Kidney shot by Gunther.
Well, those welts on the back of Ricochet are on the outside. It's the internal stuff I'm more worried about.
Yeah, but Ricochet will not say die. Oh! Goodness.
Ricochet just getting turned into mincemeat, Cole.
Saw the official again checking on Ricochet. How much does the...
Let's go!
How much does the challenger have left?
One-way traffic.
Ducks underneath that. Now from behind, a kick to the back of the neck.
So how wobbly Ricochet was. I'm impressed he's getting any offense off at all.
Trying to fight back into this. Step up Enziguri drives the champion to the corner. And Ricochet looking to rally. Drop kick. The champ's in trouble. And trying now to cover up. Now Gunther wants space. Ricochet won't allow him to have it. The challenger went for a suplex. Just not enough. Gunther able to turn it around and send Ricochet face first.
Once again, a
drop kick by the champion.
Error from Ricochet. Go for a power move when he's so beat up at this stage.
Oh, Ricochet trying to do everything he can. Went for the power bomb to Gunther. Ricochet sends the champ outside the ring, and Ricochet hangs on. Off the apron, drop kick to Gunther into the barricade. Ricochet's got some fight left.
And it's this unorthodox offense of Ricochet that is working for him in this match. Brief glimpses of hope. Can he capitalize?
Again, he's got to get the champion into the ring. Can only win the title via pinfall or submission. Gunther continues the damage. Ricochet lands on the apron. Kick to Gunther into the ring to break the count. Ricochet. Springboard. Moonsault. Champ's down. Can Ricochet capitalize? Can he somehow win the Intercontinental title? 15,103 sold out tonight at the Allstate Arena in Chicago. This is for the Intercontinental Championship, live on Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. Ricochet in the ring, the challenger, the champion, Gunther in trouble as Ricochet looks to fly and takes out Gunther, and Ricochet is rolling.
Huge shift in momentum in this matchup. Both competitors completely exhausted at this stage. It is up for grabs now, Michael.
Yeah, but Ricochet seems to be building momentum. Top rope, though, and a shot by Gunther will stop that momentum quickly.
Just too easy when you have the arsenal of Gunther to stop anyone in their tracks.
Ricochet top rope, lands on his feet. Gunther bore the brunt of that. New life in Ricochet.
Much to the horror of Gunther.
Running knee. Big boot. And just like that, Gunther has taken over. Big clothesline. He's going to stack Ricochet up to try to retain. And Ricochet at two.
And what a jaw-breaking clothesline there from Gunther. Astounded that somehow after this, Ricochet had enough in the tank, or perhaps simply on instinct to kick out.
Ricochet chance here in Chicago. Ricochet knew he was in trouble coming into this matchup, understood what was in front of him in Gunther, who tries the high-risk offense from the top rope. It didn't work out. Ricochet trying to fire up now.
Ricochet perhaps playing a little possum, sucking in the Austrian.
And this time, Ricochet able to deliver the vertical suplex. Cover to win the championship and a kick out.
Well, third time's a charm for Ricochet.
Where is Ricochet getting this second win from? Top rope for the challenger. Looking to put Gunther away. Shooting star connects.
Nailed to
for the win and the title.
Cole, when you connect executed to perfection, bang on target, and it still isn't enough to win you the gold. You simply must despair.
Ricochet realizing that was his opportunity, but was it his only opportunity? Does Ricochet still have something left?
Ricochet's going to go to a place he's never been to before.
Yeah, taking the fight to the larger champion.
I would have said this is the worst idea possible, but it's absolutely working.
Yeah, the champ trying to cover up, trying to create space. Ricochet, though, back on the attack. He's got the champion in trouble. Now turn to the kicks and then a chop of his own.
This is not how Gunther saw this evening going.
Kick by Ricochet. Gunther able to block part of it. Ricochet didn't get all of it, but he got all of that one. Oh, goodness! Chopping Ricochet out of midair. Powerbomb by Gunther. Stacks him up. Ricochet is still in it. Ricochet is still in it. 15,000 have come unglued in Chicago.
Cannot believe what we're seeing, Michael.
And there comes the challenger.
Ricochet can't even stand up.
And Gunther, just like that, the cover on Ricochet with the last symphony. Gunther retains.
Here is your winner, and still the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther!
Oh my God, Cole.
And now Vinci and Kaiser, the rest of Imperium out to the ring to celebrate with Gunther, who retains the Intercontinental Championship over a very game Ricochet.
If Gunther was not at his absolute best this evening, that goal would be around the waist of Ricochet right now. There's no one on the planet who could have an answer for offense like this.
But Ricochet actually kicked out of the powerbomb. Gunther couldn't believe it, so what does he do? He goes to his brand new finishing move. It's called the Last Symphony, as Ricochet tried to fight back.
But it was not to be. Too much abuse in the direction of Ricochet. Put through the ringer too many times. And when you've got an Arsenal that deep, there's just no answer to the general. And still, the Intercontinental Champion, Gunther.
What a performance by Ricochet tonight.
Everything you could have hoped for.
Now why this? What is the point? The match is over. The champion already beat the hell out of the man.
Completely defenseless.
Well, maybe not. I think Ricochet's got some backup. The monster of all monsters who's had some issues with Imperium.
Man, if I had one guy coming out to save me, it would be Braun Strowman.
Well, remember, Strowman believes he should have had this match tonight. This championship opportunity. Imperium stole it from him back in the SmackDown World Cup, and Strowman has not forgotten. Wait, Imperium's got some problems.
Yeah, a big problem.
A monster problem.